So today it is now 10 to 6. I'm going to be taking the Meepo version 2 to Sheshan, do some hill test, do some speed tests in pro modes, and hopefully come back in one piece. But first, that's better. So today, like I said, Meepo board version 2, Sheshan. We're going to be testing out this Meepo version 2, see what hills we can find. It's the first time I've skate really. So to start the Meepo, you just need to roll it. The beloved Tutti Frutti remote. I am now going to start off in beginner because this is the first time I am on an electric skateboard. So here we go. Remember, this is in beginner mode, so I'm going to take it up to full speed. Well, full speed in beginner mode is not particularly fast. So I can tell you, full speed in beginner mode is nice and gentle. The acceleration's not too sharp. It's a gentle pace for a beginner like me. Remember, this is the first time I've ever stepped foot on any type of skateboard, apart from when I was young and I fell off and never went on again. But this electric skateboard is, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm now at full speed on beginner mode, and I'm braking. That was full back, so getting back on, I like to hold the brakes. Just make sure I just lock the car. Let's go find some hills. You can see this woman's jogging, so you can understand the pace. I'm not even overtaking her. So you could, we're about neck and neck. This is jogging pace in the beginner mode. I seriously recommend anyone that lives in the city of Shanghai or is thinking about visiting, definitely come and visit Sheshan, because this is a lovely little walk or skateboard ride now. We're at the foothills of the mountain. It's more of a hill. So the terrain just got a bit rough. You feel a lot of vibration. But yeah, we're at the foothills of this Sheshan mountain, and it's beautiful. It's all covered, forested area. There's a lovely little walk around it. So one thing I just learned, didn't fall off, but if it's the first time you're getting on a skateboard, yeah, everyone recommends wearing a helmet. And look out for stuff on the roads. I mean, if you're vlogging and you're using this thing and you're holding up a camera, you're doing multiple things. You're holding a camera, you're controlling this, and you need to look out for what's on the road. Bumps, sticks, debris, stones, because that'll make you fall off. I mean, I'm riding over some smallish sticks. I've gone over a couple of speed bumps and it's not been too bad, so I've mapped the route now. I'm gonna stick it in eco mode. So if you can see, I'm in beginner, now I'm in eco. So eco accelerates a bit more, not so much more. Oh shit, there's cars coming and people. Let me get around this bend. So there's a small hill here. I'm gonna put it on. I'll accelerate a bit more. Yeah, eco mode. This small gradient, nothing. Well, this eco mode's pretty quick. So there's a car coming. Braking's nice and smooth again. I gently pulled it back. I didn't pull it back all the way. So top speed, I'm getting a bit of a wobble on. I should probably tighten the trucks. So I'm now at an elevation of 4 meters. Don't know if you can see that. There's a small hill in front of me. I'm gonna do it in eco mode because I just hit a few hills over there in beginner, and they weren't even large, and you could notice some motor lag anyway. So I'm gonna hit this in eco, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be no issues at all. Let's see what this elevation is when I get to the top, and then it's slow and steady. It's a slow increase. It's not a steep hill. I'm not too sure of the gradient, but let's see what the elevation is, and it'll give you guys an understanding. It's getting a bit steeper now. I've just notched it up a couple on the wheel. It's getting a bit steeper. There's a slight lag, but I don't want to go any faster because there's traffic around it. But I can tell you, it's getting up this hill, no problem. I'm not sure if you can see the gradient on the way down. Let me touch the brakes because, yeah, it's getting a bit hairy. Douchebag. I'm going to go up going the other way because it's a bit steeper. And again, we're in eco mode. I've just pushed the trigger up a couple of notches. When I get to the top, I'll stop and we'll see. So again, a couple of notches, eco mode. This gradient is easy. So I'd say I'm about at the top. Let me stop here. Oh yeah. So I'm at the top. You could see it swings down that way and then swings down that way. Let's have a look. So that's actually gone up to 16 meters. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm now 16 meters high. Eco mode, piece of piss. I could steam up this with no lag whatsoever if I push this full forward. So I'm gonna hit those few hills that I first did in beginner. Can't really call them a hill, but there's not much else in Shanghai. So top speed of eco is a nice gentle speed, but not for beginners. You need some time to practice this, guys. And the braking, yeah, is smooth. The brakes on these are so smooth. Remember to lean back when you brake, guys, obviously. So this is another gradient in eco. Up the hill, Eco smashes it. Let me get to the top and record how high this one is. So it's quite long. It starts just where that bend is down there. Eco mode, I just got 27 kilometers an hour, but maybe that was downhill. 7-meter height. So that was the Meepo V2. The one thing I learned today, do not scrimp on cheap gear, because this thing fell apart today and I almost lost my whole rig and smashed it into 100 pieces because this thing fell to pieces. Do not scrimp on cheap gear. You need to trust it. It just pops off. What the fuck? Yeah, that just popped off with my whole rig on top. I'm juggling it around, trying not to drop it.